The jungle floor shivers. A massive anaconda lifts its head, a living tunnel of scales. Its mouth opens wide, darkness swallowing the light. In an instant, your world goes black. What really happens inside that giant throat? We'll break down the biology, the physics, and the horror of being swallowed alive. Anacondas are the largest snakes on the planet. They can exceed 30 feet in length and weigh more than 500 pounds. Their jaws can stretch 3 times wider than a typical snake's. This isn't myth. It's pure anatomy. First, the skull. The bones are not fused. Flexible ligaments act as hinges, allowing a 180-degree opening. Muscles line the throat like a hydraulic press. They generate up to 90 pounds per square inch, enough to crush bone. The stomach is a stretchy sac, capable of expanding to hold 50% of the snake's own body weight. Its walls balloon like a balloon animal, then secrete acid with a pH around 1, battery acid level. How does the capture begin? Heat-sensing pits detect the warm outline of prey. A lightning-fast strike clamps down, then the coils tighten. Blood flow stops in seconds. The snake repositions its head, aligning the massive throat with the prey. Scales fold back, creating a smooth passage. Then the ingestion starts. A slow, rhythmic wiggle-pull motion draws the victim deeper. For a deer-sized meal, it takes 2 to 5 minutes. A human would be similar. Inside the belly, the environment changes instantly. Pitch black, temperature climbs to 35 to 38 degrees Celsius. Oxygen dwindles. The first moments are pure crushing. Skin is flattened against the muscular walls. Within 5 to 10 minutes, acid contacts the epidermis. The flesh begins to peel. A slow chemical burn. Enzymes start breaking down proteins, turning muscle into slurry. Digestion can take days, but the body begins to dissolve within hours. Your lungs are the first to fail. The lack of air and the pressure compress them, causing them to collapse. Blood pools in the lower torso as the heart struggles against the constriction. The brain receives a rapid drop in oxygen, leading to unconsciousness in under a minute. By the time consciousness fades, your organs are already being liquefied by the corrosive gastric juices. The snake's metabolism then takes over. It absorbs nutrients through its gut lining, converting the once living mass into energy for growth and reproduction. The remnants become part of the snake's own tissue, a macabre recycling process that has existed for millions of years. What do you think would happen if you ever found yourself in that exact scenario? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Your heart is already a failing drum. The muscles that once pumped blood now struggle against a wall of acid and pressure. The aorta stretches, then tears, letting blood seep into the gastric pool. The liver, spleen, kidneys, all dissolve into a thick, soupy mass. By the half-hour mark, there is no recognizable anatomy left. Only a nutrient-rich broth remains, ready for the snake's gut lining to draw in. The anaconda's stomach does not wait. It churns, mixing the contents with more acid and enzymes. The temperature inside rises, accelerating the chemical breakdown. Proteins unwind, fats emulsify, carbohydrates dissolve. Within a few hours, the once solid form becomes a homogeneous slurry. The snake's powerful digestive tract then begins the absorption phase. Absorption is a slow, methodical process. The gut lining is covered in villi, each one a tiny finger that sips the liquid nutrients. Amino acids, fatty acids, glucose, all pass into the bloodstream of the snake. The blood carries them to muscles, to the liver, to the ovaries. The snake gains weight, its scales gleam, its muscles swell. This is why anacondas can go months without another meal. The energy stored from a single large prey can sustain them through a dry season. What about the chance of escape? Some legends claim a victim can wriggle free before the swallow completes. In reality, the moment the snake's jaws clamp, the prey's fate is sealed. The jaw hinges cannot release without a powerful bite. Even if the victim was somehow still conscious, the muscles of the throat contract with relentless force. The skin is stretched beyond its breaking point. The bones crack. The nerves sever. The body becomes a pliable sack, no longer capable of generating the torque needed to push back. The physics of the situation leave no room for a heroic breakout. The anaconda's sense of time is different from ours. For the snake, the digestion of a large meal can take up to several days. During that period, the animal will remain relatively motionless, coiled around its prey. It will protect the meal from scavengers, using its massive body as a shield. The surrounding jungle hears only the faint rustle of leaves, not the struggle inside the belly. Predators that might threaten the snake stay away, deterred by the sheer size of the reptile and the scent of fresh blood. Ecologically, this behavior is a cornerstone of the riverine ecosystem. By consuming large mammals, anacondas regulate the populations of deer, capybara, and even occasionally jaguar. Their predation creates a ripple effect, influencing vegetation growth and the distribution of other species. The remains that are not fully digested become nutrients for the soil once the snake eventually defecates. In this way, even a gruesome act of swallowing a human contributes, in a twisted sense, to the cycle of life. But imagine, for a moment, that you are the one in the snake's throat. The world collapses into darkness and heat. Your senses fade one by one. The crushing force of the muscles is like a vice. Your ears hear only the muffled thump of the snake's heart. The taste of acid lingers on your tongue before it is washed away. In those final seconds, your mind might race, searching for a way out, for a miracle. The reality is that the miracle is the snake's evolutionary perfection. It has spent millions of years perfecting this method, and there is no flaw for a human to exploit. Now consider the broader picture. Humans have long feared the unseen predator lurking in the water. Folktales warn children not to wander near the riverbank after dusk. Those stories echo the very real danger that large constrictors pose. Yet, modern humans rarely encounter anacondas in the wild. When we do, it is often in a controlled setting: a zoo, a wildlife documentary, or a daring expedition. Understanding the mechanics of a swallow demystifies the myth, replacing superstition with science. So, what does this mean for you, the viewer? It means that curiosity can be a double-edged sword. Learning about the natural world empowers you to respect it. It reminds you that every creature, from the tiniest insect to the largest snake, has a role, a design, a purpose. It also reminds you that the jungle is not a playground. It is a place of survival, where every breath can be the last. If you found this deep dive into the anatomy, the physics, and the ultimate fate of a human inside an anaconda as fascinating as we do, let us know. What part surprised you the most? Did you ever imagine the stomach could be so acidic? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more explorations of nature's most extreme scenarios, whether it's surviving a shark's bite, the physics of falling from a cliff, or the hidden mechanisms of the deepest ocean, make sure to stay connected. Hit the like button if this video kept you on the edge of your seat. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and join us for the next journey into the wild unknown. Your curiosity fuels our next adventure.